Hi, James here. One question I've gotten asked over the years by a lot of people is, what was the first comic book I ever read? Do I remember it? Do I have it? Yes. It's a copy. It's not the copy I used to have, but it's a copy of Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man number 40 from March 1980. You know how old it is? Got the ad for Star Trek the movie on the back. Middling, just stare at the special effects on the movie. Anyways, the comic book involves Peter Parker halfway through an adventure where he gets transformed into the Lizard, and Doc Connors is trying to run around and try to save him. And it's basically what it is. He's a lizard, and he's tearing up the whole part of New York City up. And all the while, Doc Connors, the lizard himself, who Peter Parker's helped 1,000 times before, is trying to help Peter out to get through it. It's not really more a special or an event comic, but for some reason, it just struck a nerve with me. I didn't buy it because I was 6 at the time. Or not, I'm sorry, I was 5 at the time if it's March 1980. But I was one of the ones that my father bought. So you would get a book every now and then from my father, like every payday. He'd buy one comic book, and I'd read it. And since I was about 6 years old, I would use crayons and whatever on it. So, see, Spectacular Spider-Man. Comics don't really have these nowadays, but back when I was a kid, you would pick a comic book and you'd see the letter section writing about the comic books from 3 months ago or whatever, because it was snail mail. And at the end, somebody would write something interesting like, "Until Captain America turns to Hydra, make mine Marvel," or something like that. Who knew? Well, anyways, reading the comic book, eventually Doc Connors meets up with Spider-Man, and it's obviously Spider-Lizard, as it were, beat the snarl out of him, but he gives him the serum, which turns him back to Peter Parker. But they're trapped in the sewer, so the only way they can get out is by Peter Parker. He doesn't know he's Peter Parker, obviously, so he's like, "Respect your identity, put the web on your face," so he does. And Peter Parker tries to saves Doc Connor from the sewers, and last page you have an appearance of the Frightful Four. So, yes, that's the first comic book I've ever read. I haven't really stopped reading, more or less. I stopped sometime in the mid to late 80s. I don't know why. But I got back into it when the Batman film came out in 1989. I haven't stopped since. Well, I pick up a book every now and then as my budget will let me, but otherwise, I haven't really stopped. So there it is. It's Peter Parker number 40, first comic book I've ever read.